Okay, this is Checkpoint version 2, main idea and cause and effect, chapters 1 through 8. Passage 1. The lights in Ariana's house are off. He expected this. It would have been suspicious if she had stayed awake all night. Better to pretend she's sleeping so she won't alert any suspicion. He keeps his distance from the house. Ariana's yard and front porch are equipped with motion sensor lights that come on whenever anything moves into range. They're meant to scare off wild animals and criminals. Ariana's parents are convinced that Connor is both. He pulls out his phone and dials the familiar number. From where he stands in the shadows at the edge of the backyard, he can hear it ring in her room upstairs. Connor disconnects quickly and ducks farther back into the shadows for fear that Ariana's parents might be looking out from their windows. What is she thinking? Ariana was supposed to leave her phone on vibrate. He makes a wide arc around the edge of the backyard, wide enough not to set off the lights, and although a light comes on when he steps onto the front porch, only Ariana's bedroom faces that way. She comes to the door a few moments later, opening it not quite wide enough for her to come out or for him to go in. "Hi, are you ready?" asks Connor. Clearly, she's not. She wears a robe over satin pajamas. "You didn't forget, did you?" No, I didn't forget." "So hurry up. The sooner we get out of here, the more of a lead we'll get before anyone knows we're gone." "Connor," she says, "here's the thing." And the truth is right there in her voice, in the way it's such a strain for her to even say his name, the quiver of apology lingering in the air like an echo. She doesn't have to say anything after that, because he knows, but he lets her say it anyway, because he sees how hard it is for her, and he wants it to be. He wants it to be the hardest thing she's ever done in her life. Question 1. Cause and effect direct. According to the passage, why does Connor duck back into the shadows? A. Because he knows Ariana's parents don't like him. B. Because he is changing his mind about taking Ariana with him. C. Because he fears Ariana's parents may be looking out the window. Or D. Because Ariana does not answer her phone. Number 2. Cause and effect implied. Connor makes Ariana say that she isn't coming with him. Which of the following effects does he want that to have on her? A. He wants it to cause her emotional pain. B. He wants to hear her say it out loud. C. He wants to give her closure so that she can continue on with her life in peace. Or D. He wants her to change her mind. Passage 2. A minute later, Connor's already beginning to doze when he hears the shout from outside. "We know you're in there. Come out now and you won't get hurt." Connor's heart sinks. Josias Aldridge has apparently pulled another sleight of hand. He's made Connor appear for the police. Abracadabra. With his journey over before it even began, Connor swings the door open to see 3 juvie cops aiming weapons. But they're not aiming at him. In fact, their backs are to him. Across the way, the cab door swings open of the truck he had hidden under just a few minutes before, and a kid comes out from behind the empty driver's seat, his hands in the air. Connor recognizes him right away. It's a kid he knows from school, Andy Jamison. My God, is Andy being unwound too? There's a look of fear on Andy's face, but beyond it is something worse, a look of utter defeat. And that's when Connor realizes his own folly. He'd been so surprised by this turn of events that he's still just standing there, exposed for anyone to see. Well, the policemen don't see him, but Andy does. He catches sight of Connor, holds his gaze, only for a moment. And in that moment something remarkable happens. The look of despair on Andy's face is suddenly replaced by a steely resolve bordering on triumph. He quickly looks away from Connor and takes a few steps before the police grab him. Steps away from Connor, so that the police still have their backs to him. Andy had seen him and had not given him away. If Andy has nothing else after this day, at least he'll have this small victory. Number 3. Cause and effect direct. According to the passage, which of the following causes states the reason why the juvie cops were at the truck stop? A. Josias Aldridge is a known criminal. B. Andy Jamison is an AWOL unwind who has been found. C. Josias Aldridge turned Connor in. Or D. Connor's father tracked him down. Number 4. Cause and effect implied. Which of the following would be a logical effect of the event given below? Andy Jamison led the police away from Connor. A. Andy Jamison feels a small sense of victory before his unwinding. B. Andy Jamison was shot. C. Connor hates Andy Jameson. Or D. No one was arrested. Passage 3. It's a fine place, the headmaster says. It's our facility of choice for all our unwinds. In fact, my own nephew was unwound here. Goody for him. Change, repeated the social worker, that's all. The way ice becomes water, the way water becomes clouds. You will live, Risa, only in a different form. But Risa's not hearing any more. Panic has already started to set in. I don't have to be a musician. I can do something else. Headmaster Thomas sadly shakes his head. Too late for that, I'm afraid. No, it's not. I could work out. I could become a buff. The military always needs more buffs. The lawyer sighs in exasperation and looks at his watch. The social worker leans forward. Risa, please, she says. It takes a certain body type for a girl to be an army buff and many years of physical training. Don't I have a choice in this? But when she looks behind her, the answer is clear. There are 2 guards waiting to make sure that she has no choice at all. And as they lead her away, she thinks of Mr. Durkin. With a bitter laugh, Risa realizes that he may get his wish after all. Some day, he may see her hands playing in Carnegie Hall. Unfortunately, the rest of Risa won't be there. Number 5, cause and effect. According to the passage, which of the following identifies a cause of the following event? Risa stops hearing what is being said to her. A. All of the adults are talking quietly and mumbling. B. Risa hates the social worker's voice and purposely tunes her out. C. Risa realizes she's going to be unwound and she starts to panic. Or D. Risa has a strong memory of her mother. Number 6, cause and effect direct. When Risa suggests that she could be a military buff, the social worker provides her with reasons she cannot. According to the social worker, Risa cannot be a military buff because A. She is going to be unwound. B. She's not properly trained and does not have the correct body type. C. There is not enough money in the Stay-Ho budget. Or D. She is a talented musician. Number 7. This is going to be a main idea question for this paragraph. No, it's not. I could work out. I could become a buff. The military always needs more buffs. The lawyer sighs in exasperation and looks at his watch. The social worker leans forward. Risa, please, she says. It takes a certain body type for a girl to be an army buff and many years of physical training. Don't I have a choice in this? But when she looks behind her, the answer is clear. There are 2 guards waiting to make sure she has no choice at all, and as they lead her away, she thinks of Mr. Durkin. With a bitter laugh, Risa realizes that he may get his wish after all. Someday he may see her hands playing in Carnegie Hall. Unfortunately, the rest of the Risa won't be there. Main idea. Which of the following best expresses the main idea of that passage? A. Risa says she could become a military buff. B. The people in the tribunal feel guilty for sending Risa to be unwound. C. Risa's hands might play in Carnegie Hall. Or D. Risa feels helpless and tries to defend her right to live, but she eventually realizes there is no use in doing so. Passage 4. The party is big, the party is expensive, the party has been planned for years. There are at least 200 people in the country club's grand ballroom. Lev got to pick the band, he got to choose the food, he even got to select the color of the linens, red and white for the Cincinnati Reds, and his name, Levi Jedediah Calder, is stamped in gold on the silk napkins for people to take home as a remembrance. This party is all for him, it's all about him, and he's determined to have the best time of his life. The adults at the party are all relatives, friends of the family, his parents' business associates, but at least 80 of the guests are Lev's friends. There are kids from school, from church, and from various sports teams he's been on. Some of them, I mean his friends, had felt funny about coming, of course. I don't know, Lev, they had said. It's kind of weird. I mean, what kind of present am I supposed to bring? You don't have to bring anything, Lev had told them. There are no presents at a tithing party. Just come and have a good time. I know I will. And he does. He asks every girl he invited to dance, and not a single one turns him down. He even has people lift him up in a chair and dance with him around the room because he had seen them do that at a Jewish friend's bar mitzvah. True, this is a very different kind of party, but it's also a celebration of him turning 13, so he deserves to get lifted up in a chair too, doesn't he? Lev finds that the dinner is served far too soon. He looks at his watch to see that 2 hours have already gone by. How could it have gone so quickly? Soon people grab the microphone, and holding up glasses of champagne, they start making toasts to Lev. His parents give a toast, his grandmother gives a toast, an uncle he doesn't even know gives a toast. To Lev, it's been a joy to watch you grow into the fine young man you are. and I know in my heart that you'll do great things for everyone you touch in this world. It feels wonderful and weird for so many people to say so many kind things about him. It's all too much, but in some strange way, it's not enough. There's got to be more. More food, more dancing, more time. They're already bringing out the birthday cake. Everyone knows the party ends once the cake is served. Why are they bringing out the cake? Can it really be 3 hours into the party? Number 8, main idea. Which of the following best expresses the main idea of this passage? A. Lev is upset that his parties turned out so poorly. B. Lev's parents have decided to throw him a surprise birthday celebration. C. Dinner is served too soon at the party. Or D. A huge party is being held for Lev. Many people are confused on how to act at that party. Number 9, cause and effect. According to the passage, Lev thinks that dinner is being served too soon because A. He specifically said he would decide what time they would have dinner. B. He's not even hungry yet. C. He can't believe the party is going by so quickly. Or D. No one has given a speech yet. Passage 5. Then comes one more toast. It's the toast that almost ruins the evening. Of Lev's many brothers and sisters, Marcus has been the quietest all evening. It's unlike him. Lev should have known something was going to happen. Lev, at 13, is the youngest of 10. Marcus, at 28, is the oldest. He flew halfway across the country to be here at Lev's tithing party, and yet he's barely danced or spoken or been a part of any of the festivities. He's also drunk. Lev has never seen Marcus drunk. It happens after the formal toasts are given, when Lev's cake is being cut and distributed. It doesn't start as a toast. It starts as just a moment between two brothers. "Congrats, little bro," Marcus says, giving him a powerful hug. Lev can smell the alcohol in Marcus's breath. "Today you're a man, sort of." Their father, sitting at the head table just a few feet away, lets out a nervous chuckle. "Thanks, sort of," Lev responds. He glances at his parents. His father waits to see what's coming next. His mother's pinched expression makes Lev feel tense. Marcus stares at Lev with a smile that doesn't hold any emotions a smile usually comes with. "What do you think of all this?" he asks Lev. "It's great." "Yeah, of course it is." "All these people here for you? It's an amazing sight. Amazing." "Yeah," says Lev. He's not sure where this is going, but he knows it's going somewhere. "I'm having the time of my life." "Damn right, the time of your life. Got to wrap up all those life events, all those parties into one. Birthdays, weddings, funeral." Then he turns to their father. "Very efficient, right, Dad?" "That's enough," the father says quietly, but it only makes Marcus get louder. "What, I'm not allowed to talk about it? Oh, that's right, this is a celebration. I almost forgot." Lev wants Marcus to stop, but at the same time, he doesn't. Mom stands up and says in a voice more forceful than Dad's, "Marcus, sit down. You're embarrassing yourself." By now, everyone in the banquet hall has stopped whatever they were doing and tuned into the unfolding family drama. Marcus, seeing he has the room's attention, picks up someone's half-empty glass of champagne and holds it high. "Here's to my brother Lev," Marcus says, "and to our parents, who have always done the right thing, the appropriate thing, who have always given generously to charity, who have always given 10% of everything to our church." "Hey, Mom, you were lucky you had 10 kids instead of 5. Otherwise, we'd end up having to cut Lev off at the waist." Number 10, cause and effect in drawing conclusions. Based on this passage, infer why Lev's dad lets out a nervous chuckle when Marcus starts to speak. A. He's worried about what Marcus will say next. B. He's worried that the party will last too long if everyone gives speeches. C. He's worried about Lev turning 13. Or D. He's worried that it's almost his turn to give a speech. Passage 6. Gasps from all those assembled, people shaking their heads. Such disappointing behavior from the eldest son. Now Dad comes up and grabs Marcus's arm tightly. "You're done," Dad says. "Sit down." Marcus shakes Dad's arm off. "Oh, I'll do better than sit down." Now there are tears in Marcus's eyes as he turns to Lev. "I love you, bro, and I know this is your special day. I can't be a part of this." He hurls the champagne glass against the wall where it shatters, spraying fragments of crystal all over the buffet table. Then he turns and storms out with such steady confidence in his stride that Lev realizes he's not drunk at all. Lev's father signals for the band, and they kick into a dance number even before Marcus is gone from the huge room. People begin to fill the void of the dance floor, doing their best to make the awkward moment go away. Number 11, cause and effect. According to the passage, what causes Marcus to tear up, throw his champagne glass, and storm out of the room? A. He feels like Lev is getting all the attention, and he knows that the only way to change that is to make a scene. B. He does not agree with the party and refuses to be a part of it. C. He is heavily intoxicated, meaning drunk, and there is really no other way to describe his disrespectful behavior. Or D. He was upset his father cut off his speech by signaling the band. Number 12. What is the main idea of that passage 6? A. Marcus's outburst made the party guests upset and uncomfortable. B. Marcus gave a winning speech that astonished the crowd. C. People were sad because Marcus revealed a secret. Or D. Lev's father was confused about why Marcus would feel this way. Okay, next passage. Officer J.T. Nelson has spent 12 years working juvenile. He knows AWOL unwinds will not give up. That's my baby. He knows AWOL unwinds will not give up as long as there's an ounce of consciousness left in them. They are high on adrenaline and often high on illegal substances as well. Nicotine, caffeine, or worse. He wishes he could truly take these wastes of life out rather than just taking them down. Maybe then they wouldn't be so quick to run. And if they did, well, no great loss. Number 13, main idea. Determine the main idea of that passage. A. Juvie cops are corrupt. B. Officer J.T. Nelson wants to kill everyone. C. Officer J.T. Nelson has an intense hatred for unwinds. Or D. Officer J.T. Nelson. And finally, number 14, main idea. Determine the main idea of the following passage. Risa finds herself unsettled by the food wrappers and broken bits of plastic they start coming across in the woods, because the first sign of civilization is always trash. Civilization means people who could recognize if their faces have been smeared on the news net. A. Civilization scares Risa. B. Risa is uncomfortable with approaching a populated area because she fears they will be caught. C. Risa knows the trio of kids is famous by now. Or D. Risa does not like litter and wants to save the environment.